It's the Chicago White Sox taking on the Cleveland Guardians. First pitch coming at you right after the break. Just about ready to roll.
Leading off the
Chase
Mitra
steps to the plate for the White Sox.
Number 10, Chase Mitra.
And we're underway in Cleveland. The White Sox are looking very strong so far this season. The 1-1 is fouled off.
Yeah, you mentioned how well they played, Boog, and I think it's a sign of things to come. You don't win as frequently as they have by accident.
The 1-2. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Batting second, the catcher, number 8, Kyle.
And up next for Chicago, Kyle Teal. No hits in the shutout yesterday afternoon.
Right through there for a strike.
Teal getting the starting catcher, batting second in today's lineup. And so far this year, he's slugging over 500. Now a pop-up on the infield. Bazana drifts towards it. And there's one down.
Batting third, the first baseman, number 5, Munetaka Murakami.
One out man at first. Munetaka Murakami will hit next.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
Ground ball left side. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. To first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe.
Batting fourth, the shortstop.
Well, with his speed, he doesn't get a whole lot of those infield hits, but he was giving it everything he had right there.
Now it's the shortstop, Colson Montgomery. 2 for 8 in the series so far.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Two on, one out. And fouled off. He's one of the best players in baseball at driving in runs, Chris. His RBI totals this season ranked him in the top 10. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Oh, 2 now. Stays alive. One and 2 here. Got him swinging. And here's Sosa to the plate. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
And that's in the dirt. Now 1 and 2. Ball.
That one called just inside, I think, and on the mound, he's trying to get a little bit of an explanation. Doesn't seem to be too bothered by it, though, but he clearly thought it clipped the corner.
2 on, 2 outs. Swung on and fouled off. And he'll need a new bat. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Here's a 2-2. It's in and out of his glove. But they get the out at first, and that'll do it for the inning. White Sox strand a couple. Now the Guardians will get their shot, still scoreless. This is White Sox baseball on the show, Chicago. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Getting the start for the Chicago White Sox, Lee Ward. And Singy, that may be his name, but the strikeout is his game. Ward ready to go. Looking to set the tone right out of the gate.
Yeah, but he needs to come out aggressive but composed as well. A clean first frame can settle the whole dugout.
Just missed.
Off the plate.
In the air, left field. And there's one away.
Batting second, the first baseman,
Kyle
#9,
Manzardo digs in for the Guardians. 0 for 6 in the series so far.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Popped in the air, left field. Takes it in for the out. Travis Bazzana digs in now. Hitless in the series so far. He's 0 for 7.
Hey!
Two down, nobody on. Foul ball, it stays 0-2.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was...
And he got him. Strike 3, and that'll retire the side. We played an inning, no score. Back here in Cleveland, top of the second, Josh Lowe steps to the plate for the White Sox.
Lowe.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
Now the 0-1. Ah, that hit him.
Got hit.
And the leadoff man is aboard to start the inning.
Tyler.
Here's Tyler O'Neill.
Hey!
Quick toss first. Lowe dives back in safely.
That's a ball.
Lowe aboard here at first with nobody out. Swings through that one. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count.
That's ball 2.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. And now the center fielder, Luis Angel Acuna. There goes the runner. Pitching for a strike. Throw there.
There he's safe.
Safe.
You know what? I like the aggressiveness right there. It looks like it's going to be tough to score in this one. Really good pitching so far. So why not try to put some pressure on him and see if you can steal the bag, get in the scoring position.
Man at second. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. Gets a piece and stays alive. No score here in the second. Fights it off. You'll see another. And he'll shoot. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
If you're going to be a championship type of ball club, you've got to hit with runners in scoring position. And after last night's struggles, I'm sure this team is chomping at the bit to have this kind of opportunity here early in this game.
The 1-2. Ground ball right side. Manzardo. He takes it on his own. 2 out.
Batting ninth, the designated hitter, Luis.
Here's Luis Robert. And this is a big opportunity for him to pick up his teammate right here. I'm a little surprised with how patient they've been against the fastball. They've taken a few for strikes now. I'd like to see him show some confidence by attacking those pitches.
And he takes a strike. The White Sox looking to strike first here at the top of the second. Swing and a line drive, and that's a base hit into right field. In comes the first run of the game as the White Sox take the lead. Fires to second too late, and he's got a double.
Always feels good when you come through and get your team on the board first. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
So runner at second, 2 down. Chase Maidron now at the plate.
That's a ball.
Man on second, 2 down. Fought off foul. Swing and a miss as he was late. On the ground right side. He steps on the bag. They limit the damage here. A run, a hit, and a man left. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. It's the White Sox 1 and the Guardians nothing. This is an AL Central showdown right here on MLB The Show. Here in Cleveland, we head to the bottom of the second. Bo Naylor digs in for the Guardians.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect label over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
That one fouled off. That's in there. That's strike 2. That one's
Ball that
upstairs,
time.
ball 1. There's a swing and a drive. That one is foul, and he'll see another.
But fastball at the bottom of the zone can be very effective. Just got to keep it on the corners.
Close one, doesn't get the call. Now 2-2. Pitcher thought that was a strike. He's going to challenge. It just shaved the zone. They'll keep both their challenges. One down. Next for the Guardians is the designated hitter, Angel Martinez.
Not what he's looking for there in the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in the zone.
This one in the air, center field. Acuna on his way in. Pulls it down and he makes the catch.
Batting 6, the center fielder, number 10, Harrison.
So here's Bader now. This is a guy that they are counting on to deliver, and early on this season, it's been a struggle. Bottom line, his resume says he's a good hitter, just has not gotten off to a very good start. And you got to figure, regress to the mean, water finds its level, all those sayings, that he will end up having a good year.
No, I'll tell you this, nobody on his team is worried about it. They've seen him do it year in and year out. May get off to a slow start, may have a slow mid, but when the game's on the line, when the season's on the line, he's the guy they wanted to play.
That is the inning. We played 2 innings. It's 1-0. All set for the start of the inning. Now it's the White Sox catcher, Kyle Teal.
You know, these White Sox showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense. You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
And look out. That one gets him. The second man he's plunked in this one. Munetaka Murakami steps to the plate for the White Sox. Reached on an infield single his first time. Teal gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Quick move to first. And he's back safely. Next offering is fouled back. That misses. Going to count 1 and 2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. And now runners at the corners, nobody out.
A couple of hits in a row for him here. So impressive that he didn't get tied up or jammed on that pitch inside. Instead, good quick hands allowed him to get the barrel to it, just shoot it up the middle of the field for that knock.
Now here's the cleanup hitter for the White Sox, Colson Montgomery. Oh. And he's the home run leader on this team, Singy. Runners at the corners, nobody out. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Dives and he can't hang on. Throw gets by him at second. Everybody's going to be safe.
Picks himself up an RBI. Fielder got a piece of it, but the way that thing came off the bat, no surprise at all. He couldn't pick it cleanly. It's a very difficult play, and that swing definitely was deserving of a hit.
Now at the plate, Lenny and Sosa. Bazan to second, on to first, double play.
That's a much-needed double play right there. It gives him a really good shot at minimizing any further damage in this inning.
And the batter now, Josh Lowe. Hit by a pitch his first time and then came around to score. That one's in there. Strike one. Though Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. And the 0-1. High fly ball out towards left field. Carrying well. Onto the home run porch and left gone. He muscles that one out the opposite way. And they add a couple more. It's 4-0.
His bat looks like it's in the zone for such a long time, and that gives him the ability to get barrel on it and hit the ball out to any part of the park.
Here's the left fielder, Tyler O'Neill. He was a strikeout victim his first time. And a foul ball. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. He swings and fouls one off. Two down, nobody on. Got him looking. That's a strikeout. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. White Sox 4 and the Guardians nothing. This is an AL Central showdown right here on MLB The Show. Welcome back. And struggles at the plate in this series as we take a look at the numbers.
Great velocity at 97 at the top of the zone.
You and I got a chance to broadcast the 2019 All-Star Game, and the city of Cleveland did such a great job. I felt like wherever you turned, there was some type of ad for the All-Star Game, a face of one of the players playing in the game. I thought the city overall supported the event really well. That smash towards center. And a quick out, number 1.
Yeah, and I think the players backed it up from the home run derby and the show that was put on between Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Pete Alonso, and others. It was off the charts. And then the game is always special. When you see the best in baseball, you remember how special this game is. And to be here at this ballpark, I think just was the icing on the cake.
Here's a high chopper. Sosa tosses to first. Awesome play there.
Batting ninth, the right fielder, Justin Crawford.
My goodness, Chris. He had to generate a ton of power in that jump throw for the out. Let's take another look and dive into the numbers from StatCast.
Man, that's an impressive throw right there. In the air, all the way from third base. You've got to have a powerful arm to play third base, but he just showed he's got more than enough. He's got a cannon.
Now it's going to be Justin Crawford. Crawford launched a homer in his most recent game. And it's 1-1. Hit hard but foul off to the left. Here's a 1-2. Ripped on a line to center. And that is that. 9 straight retired here to start the game. You're watching White Sox baseball on the show, Chicago. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far.
Luis Angel Acuna.
Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1, 2, 3 innings to pitch deep into this ball game.
Off the plate,
Movement
ball
in the
1.
pen for the Guardians. Hunter Gaddis appears to be getting loose. Number 92 also throwing. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Out towards right center field. Bader should have this one. And there's one away.
Up next for Chicago, the designated hitter.
So here's Robert now. He doubled home a run at his first AB. All right, Siggy, trivia time. Back when this ballpark opened, 1994, one future Hall of Famer hit the first triple in the park, and another hit the first homer by a Cleveland player. Think you know who they were?
Okay, I know that Ken Griffey Jr. hit the first triple here, but first homer for Cleveland. Give me a hint.
Switch hitter. That's all you're getting.
Oh, dude. Eddie Murray, no doubt.
Bam. Hammered down the right side, but foul. Two down. And that's downstairs and outside. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. Back there. And it flies to the deepest part of the park. No doubt about this one. Home run. Luis Robert hits one out. His 4th home run of the season. And they add a run. It's 5-zip.
He ran the count full and saved his best swing for last. That was a battle, and he won. Boom. I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
And now Alex Cora is out of the dugout, and he will make a move for the bullpen. Tanner Bybee out of the game, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this.
Now pitching for
They hand the ball over to a new arm, Hunter Gaddis.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
My draw. In the box again. Takes a strike. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Whips it to first. Fine play in the hole for the out.
Up next for the White Sox, the catcher, number 8, Kyle Teal.
2 down, base is empty. Now the catcher up to hit, Kyle Teal. He's 0 for 1. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Safely into second. He's got a double.
When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. Put a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
So runner at second, 2 down. Munetaka Murakami steps to the plate for the White Sox. Swing and a ground ball. Manzardo takes it himself. They limit the damage here. So they pick up a run on 2 hits. No errors and a man left. We're midway in the 4th. It's the White Sox 5 and the Guardians nothing. This is White Sox baseball on the show, Chicago. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well.
Fielder number 34, Rodney Shambi.
Well, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
Strike 2.
Oh-2 pitch that far out of the zone gives the hitter a little confidence that maybe he can climb back into this at bat.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. So up next, Kyle Manzardo. Fly to left his first time.
Ball.
The Guardians hitless so far in the game. That one pushed foul out of play off to the left. The 1-1 is fouled off. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
2 outs, base is empty. Travis Bazzana digs in for the Guardians.
This guy is just filling up the strike zone right now. Don't want to get yourself in an 0-2 hole. You better be ready to pull the trigger on the first pitch.
And that is in there for a strike. I believe that's the split. Drilled in the air out towards right center. Acuna on his way over. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And that will end the inning. So 12 up, 12 down to begin the ball game. It's the White Sox 5 and the Guardians nothing. Back now at Progressive Field. Now here's the cleanup hitter for the White Sox, Colson Montgomery.
You know, these White Sox really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say mission accomplished.
The 1-1.
Ball, that's out.
Out towards right center field. Bader moving under it. And there's one down.
Up next for the White Sox, the third baseman,
Lenny Sosa, the next to hit.
Now, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. So a man aboard now with one away.
Up next for the White Sox, the right fielder.
Digging in,
6,
Josh Lowe. He's already homered in this game. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone.
The left fielder, Tyler.
Now the left fielder, Tyler O'Neill, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
Ball, that's outside.
Probably the best one we have seen. Throwing it where he wanted to, have a nice tight spin to it, and a teaser just off the edge of the plate.
Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. Still 2 challenges left for them. Runners at first and second with 1 gone, and we're at the top of the 5th. Right through there for a strike.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
Here's a 2-2. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Two on, 1 out. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Hunter Gaddis is done, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
Now pitching for
Calvin
the Guardians,
Fauché on the pitch out of the pen here.
Well, he's had trouble at times keeping the ball in the park this season. Something to keep in mind here.
Two outs, runners at first and second. Luis Angel Acuna steps to the plate for the White Sox. Here comes the 0-1.
Ball 1.
Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. Two on, 2 outs. Grounds 1 to short. Rocchio. The throw to second is offline.
You know, 2-out errors are kind of like 2-out walks, and sometimes even worse. You know, you think you're out of the inning, but all of a sudden, you get another out to get, and the offense has a great opportunity they're looking to take advantage of and make you pay for.
So bases all loaded up. Luis Robert now. He's already homered here in this one. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. Bases loaded, 2 down. Battling here as he fouls it away. The 0-2. And the sweeper misses.
Ball.
Good eye right there.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Payoff pitch. Got him looking for the strikeout. A strong showing there from the Cleveland bullpen. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the White Sox 5 and the Guardians nothing. This is an AL Central showdown right here on MLB The Show. third. Back to work with the lead.
Yeah, this is where you want to work quick and efficient. Pound the zone, force contact, no freebies, no drama. You know, these Guardians, they're not going to be happy with the at-bats they've been having so far. We're in the back half of the game, and they're still searching for a base runner. He's been great out there on the mound, no doubt, but it's also been a disappointing performance at the plate to this point.
Nope.
And as we get deeper, it's not going to get any easier. These at-bats are going to feel more and more desperate with every out the rest of the way.
He goes down looking. Naylor wants to challenge this. Thought it was a ball. And the strike is overturned after review. So they still got both their challenges. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
He's been pitching well, but going through this middle of the order second time through, we'll see what kind of adjustments are being made.
And he grounds one to the right side. Murakami steps on the bag, and that's the first out in the bottom of the fifth.
The batter.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
And now Angel Martinez. Fly to center his first time. The White Sox leading by 5. Last half of inning number 5. Foul ball, still 0-2. That's ripped. Base hit. Now he'll turn for second. And he'll reach second with one away.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count. Up against it with 2 strikes right there. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ballgame.
And now Bader up to the plate. Tapped on the ground softly to short. Throws to first, and Bader is set down.
The batter number 4. Shortstop.
Here's Brian Rocchio. He's 0 for 1. Swing and a foul out of play. Man at second. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
Didn't get the result he wanted, but that's a nice pitch right there.
And a swing and a miss, and that's that. Another inning in the books, but the perfect game couldn't survive it. You're watching White Sox baseball on the show, Chicago. Back here in Cleveland, start of the 6th, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And leading off, Chase Maidra. On the ground to the left. Oh, a great grab on the dive. To first. Throws it away. No advance, though. Ball didn't get too far away.
Just kind of sailed that throw and pulled it across his body towards the right field side of first base. And usually that means the fielder just didn't square up his shoulders to the target. And I think that throw had just as much to do with his footwork as anything else.
Man at first, nobody out. And now the catcher comes up to him. Kyle Teal. Boucher. He's one of those guys who uses the cut fastball as his primary offering, and when it's on, it can induce a lot of weak contact. Right through there for a strike.
And the late movement on the cutter is really what makes it so effective, because as a hitter, you make a decision whether you're going to swing or take a pitch before it actually gets into the zone. So that late movement causes it to miss the barrel of the bat, sometimes miss the bat entirely.
My draw gets his lead at first with nobody out. On the ground, and that's just foul. Tell fans a little bit about the difference between a cutter and a slider.
Well, a cutter looks more like a fastball, but it has that late movement like a slider that's hard to pick up. Now with the slider, it's a little slower, the spin is different, and sometimes you can recognize that, and it tends to break a lot more horizontally and vertically than the cutter.
One out, man at first. Munetaka Murakami steps to the plate for the White Sox. That misses, and that is ball one. Just off the inside edge.
2-0 count. You really don't want to give in here. You've got to work the edges, really execute a pitch. Hopefully you can get back into this count.
That one ripped, but foul. Man at first, one away. Check swing on the 2-1, appeal to third. Yes, he did. That's a swing. 2-2 now. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Up next is Chicago, the shortstop, Colson.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Calvin Fauché done for the day. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. So Cleveland brings on a new reliever, Tim Herron.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Now here's the cleanup hitter for the White Sox, Colson Montgomery, a former first-round pick, and he's really turned into a nice everyday player.
That's outside.
That one finds the zone. That is strike two.
Ball two.
Spoils the two-strike pitch, and he'll see another. That one missed.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
This one in the air, center field. Bader under it. And that'll do it. So one left for the White Sox as they are unable to add to their 5-0 lead. Well, we go bottom 6. Stepping up for the Guardians, Gabriel Arias.
Gabriel Arias.
There's the strike.
Well, this guy on the mound's done a lot better than we would have expected, and the hitters just don't seem to have the right game plan. They're taking too many mistake pitches for called strikes.
Ball.
A little out front there as he swings through it.
Sold it really well with the arm speed. Swung underneath it, so a changeup that stayed a little bit more on plane than what he was anticipating.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
The right fielder, Justin.
So digging in, Justin Crawford. And first offering is fouled off.
When a guy's throwing a lot of first pitch strikes as a hitter, you got to be ready to hit. Now, that's not going to help you get deep into his pitch count and into the bullpen, but you got to take what he's offering that day.
Lifted in the air, right center field. And it drops in. So the one-out hit turns the lineup over.
Up next for the Guardians.
Dominant performance for him today, Boog. Just 2 hits allowed so far, no runs across either, and he's had an answer for just about every hitter he's faced. So I don't think this hit is going to knock him off his stride too much.
Stepping in, Rodney Shelby. Now quick throw to first. Crawford back easily.
Base runner with a one-way lead right there. All he's trying to do is get a look at the pitcher's move. Had no intent of stealing on that pitch.
That one finds the zone, and it's 0-2.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole, he's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
And that one lifted in the air, center field. 2 away. To second, but he beats the throw. Save.
Up next for the Guardians, the first baseman, number 9, Kyle.
So in now for Cleveland, Kyle Manzardo.
That's a ball.
Runner at second, 2 down. Here in the bottom of the 6th. And 1-2.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Base hit into the outfield. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He's safe. It's 5-1. Runner at first with 2 away. Travis Bazzana digs in for the Guardians.
Ball. That's inside.
So now 1-2. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Picks up strikeout number 7. We're through 6 full. It's the White Sox 5 and the Guardians 1. Here in Cleveland, they put themselves out in front with a nice display at the plate. Take a look at the spray chart for where their hits have landed.
Yeah, it looks like they've been spreading it out pretty well in this one, Boog. Spraying the ball all over the yard. Good team effort at the dish.
That's a ball.
Liner to second and picked on the hop. Over to first. That's the first out, the top of the 7th.
Chicago, the right fielder, number 6, Josh Lowe.
Now it's the right fielder, Josh Lowe. His 2-run homer back in the third was an important swing of the bat in this one.
Yeah, there's no doubt he helped set the tone fairly early, and certainly part of the reason why they've got the lead right now.
That hits
Ball
the
one.
dirt. Ball 1.
Last couple of pitches
Outside.
breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
Here's a 2-0. And
That's
another
ball
ball.
3.
There's the strike. 95 of that one.
One way to make a guy real uncomfortable at the plate is pound him inside with good velocity. They're doing that right here.
And that's ball
That's
4.
ball 4.
Looked like a
Picture base.
questionable call in that spot. He even seemed a little surprised it went his way at the plate, but as a hitter, he'll take that all day.
And on further review, it was a strike. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Tim Herron departs, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back. Now a right-handed arm out of the bullpen, number 92.
Well, he's been a bit of a wild card out there in terms of throwing strikes. He's definitely struggled with free passes this year.
So 2 down. So up next for Chicago, Tyler O'Neill. 0 for 3 in this one. Up the middle, slides for the stop, over to first, and they get the out. Nothing doing for the White Sox. They're up 5-1. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Hagen Smith.
Well, he's been hit pretty hard at times this season, as you see with the big ERA. So this is an important out.
Ward struck out 7 against 1 earned run in 6 innings.
He went out there and put him in a position to win, Boog, and that's all you can really ask of him. His teammates held up their end of the job, and they go home smiling.